So now that you're up and running, we're almost done with this entire section. Well done. You are now starting to rapidly head in the right direction in terms of closing that gap between what you're potentially currently doing and what professional traders are doing. A few very important points, however, before we move on. Please watch the whole video. It is short and I'm just going to say all of the points bluntly. Number one, now that you have this set up, please do not trade and sit there for hours watching what you have in front of you, as tempting as it may be. We will get round to using the depth of market and so on in future videos, and I will give you a few exercises to do. This section, however, is purely just to get you set up. Focus on that, getting set up. Once your setup looks similar to this, doesn't have to be exact, but there or thereabouts, stop. Take things step by step. I have a process, will get you where you need to be. Just follow the steps as I'm laying them out. Number two, don't dwell too much on the settings. As I said, plenty of time for that later, and in the long term, your setup won't look like this, so no point wasting time with lots of settings because otherwise you'll have to do it all over again later anyway. Three, do not load other markets and open up multiple charts. Again, as tempting as it may be, leave what we have here, the pound depth of market, a single 1 minute chart of the pound, S&P 500 depth of market, and the US 10-year Treasury depth of market. That's it, 4 windows. You don't need any more at this stage. You can introduce as many markets as you like later. Now, final point before we move on. I just want to give you some context around what you have in front of you. I have Google searched trading technologies, depth of market, cost. Can you see? Currently, they're charging $775 a month for use of their depth of market, not a one-off fee, per month. If I click on images, you can see it here. It is an institutional grade depth of market used by many professional trading firms. As you can see, what I have built for you is better. It looks better, it functions better, it performs better, and unbelievably is completely free. I already mentioned the reasons for that in the last video, so I won't repeat it, but I just want you to see you're in an amazing place for your trading. There is also another very important point I want you to take note of. Any of the tools I give you throughout this program are not invented by me. They're just raw data tools used by every institution I know on the planet to simply look at the raw data. Like any business would, you cannot trade without raw data. It's as simple as that. You've even agreed by writing it down on your piece of paper. The point I am trying to make is that, like I said before in the platform comparison section, if any trading company or educator tells you they have a custom tool or software exclusive to them that tells you how to trade or selects trades for you or uses some artificial intelligence for trade selection, run a mile, run 10 miles. It doesn't exist. What I am simply giving you is what is used by every firm. This is not telling you how to trade. It is not even selecting any trades for you. All that stuff is rubbish. Ironically, it's actually giving you a bigger advantage than any of that stuff in the sense that it allows you to simply see underlying raw data of the market items 3, 4, 5, 6, which you're very familiar with now in a tabular format rather than having to deal with a dump of raw data, which can you imagine would be a mess. This is simply organizing the data for you neatly like this to make better trading decisions. Just imagine Amazon just dumped all their sales data on a page. Millions of customer sales transactions randomly dumped on a page. It'll be a disaster. It obviously needs organizing. That's exactly what we have here. The underlying trading data of what buyers and sellers are doing, which retail traders for some bizarre reason completely ignore. That raw data is simply being organized for you. Just like Amazon organizes their sales data into some nice columns to help them run their business, you also need the market's underlying data organized. No difference. Now, it does have a cost, as I just showed you, which many firms pay. It is not a secret tool exclusive just to me. You can buy it externally. You're welcome to do that. However, no need for you to waste money, as I'm going to give it to you for free. Same applies for every tool I'll give you throughout the program. None of them telling you how to trade. You still need to make decisions for yourself. Obviously, I will help you learn how to do that as we go along. But I just wanted to make that clear. No magic tools here, which we all know don't exist, and no banks or institutions use any of that type of nonsense. None of the stuff I give you has been invented by myself, that I am trying to make a quick buck off. All that type of stuff is rubbish. Please never pay for anything like that. Platform cost, some live data feed, costs further down the line, and maybe some professional education like this. 3 things. That's all you need to be successful. Fortunately for you, I can build institutional tools because of my background working in firms, so I'm happy to give it to you for free to genuinely save you some money. End of story. However, you still need to make professional trading decisions. I'm going to show you how to do that. However, can you imagine making those decisions, this time combined with looking at the correct data? How far that is going to put you ahead of the competition. That is why it is a process and why I said take it step by step without rushing ahead. Now, I appreciate you listening to all of that. I'm sure you agree it needed to be said, especially with the way the retail industry is right now. At least now you can move forward with a clear mindset of not only my intentions in giving you these tools, but also what you're trying to achieve with them. Great job. See you in the next video.